Hi there, this is Jenny from Jenny's Garden and kind of up late tonight. So I was gonna do a mini acrylic pour and I'll probably do a couple. I thought that the first one I'm gonna try is I'm gonna use the liquid ink. It's actually acrylic liquid and they call it liquid ink. So this is the Liquitex. You can find that on, I've got some links down in my description. I'm going to try Modge Podge because I've been showing acrylic pouring videos and it does take a quantity of, if you're going to do it right, you got to buy a lot of product to go with it to put it on the paper, or not a ton, but you know what I mean. So some of the people are saying, well, I don't want to go into that expense. So I thought I would try Modge Podge. I've seen some hints that you can do that. And then of course I've got my silicone, which the silicone is what creates the cells in it. And I have this shaved ice, which is kind of a crystal plastic stuff that you can put on paper art. And I thought maybe we'll try to blend that in at some point. I've got my little mixing tools here. I'm going to use these little cups because I'm only doing 9 by 12 inch sheets. And so I'm going to try to make them small enough so that if I ever teach a class, I'll know how much to pour in each one for one page. I always keep these around, so I'm going to pull them in real quick. These are lids that I got a quantity at Sam's. It's the lids to the foil trays. And so I keep them around, and if I make a mess or something, I can put it over in this lid and it protects my surfaces. And down below my work area, I have a thing of paper towels and a trash can. So just so I can have all my stuff close by. So first of all, we're going to do the pours. And usually with pours, you use a product called Floetrol. And that's what my Modge Podge is going to take place of. It's going to take place of the Floetrol and the Elmer's glue wall. So that's what we're going to try here. I'm going to move these out of the way. So I've got gold and deep violet and Prussian blue and Pyrrole red, Pyrrole. So I think I'm going to try a gold base with purple and blue to begin with. Let's try that. I just made that up as we were talking. So I'm going to get these 4 little cups out, put those to the side. We're going to need our silicone in a minute. So this Modge Podge, I got these little bottles at the dollar store down the street. So just so I could try them. So I'm gonna pour some of that in the bottom of each of these. See some of my paper. Usually I would have a little brush or my anti-static tool over here brushing off my paper. There's a daisy here. Might be a Jenny here. Okay, so we're going to put that up there for a minute. And so we're going to do gold. Okay, so this is liquid acrylic. Normally in acrylic pouring you use really acrylic, which you can. I'm trying to keep my quantity small, so I thought I would try this. And these really give you vibrant colors. We said the purple. Pour some purple in there. You see I measure very well. And then let's do a blue. And see, you're only supposed to use drops, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if this is vibrant enough. That might be a little too vibrant. We'll see. A lot of people wear gloves when they pour. I can't do that. I don't have the tactile. So we're just gonna mix. Oh, that mixes up nice and smooth. Nice. Oops. Loop, loop, didn't loop. Okay, you're good. So we've got that. Get one of my paper towels here. Usually I keep a cup of water for my tools. I forgot that this time. Let's see. These are just little plastic sets that you can get anywhere for cheap, like $3 for the whole set. And they wipe up nice and clean, and So whenever I'm in one of the stores that sells them, I just grab a set because they're cheap. Cheap, cheap, cheap. And we'll do this gold. These are pretty colors. Very, very pretty. It's kind of thick. It's thicker than, no, it's okay. We'll see what happens. Okay, that's a good thing about art. Art is experimentation. And so you can experiment. I've got this white that's just the Modge Podge. And what I think I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pour more of that in there. And that's what I'm gonna prep my paper with. So some people don't prep paper, some people do. I find if you put down a layer of quote unquote prep, then it makes the colors glide easier, the pigment move easier across the page. Okay, so now we put in our silicone. Let's get these guys out of the way. Right, so I like being generous with the silicone now. At first I was all, oh, I don't know how much to use, and some people would say only a couple drops, and I just wasn't getting what I wanted out of a couple drops, so I put some good squirts in there now. And now we're gonna fold. Oh, I got just a little blue in that, that's okay. They'll be friends in a minute anyway. And you do, they say be gentle with the silicone. Okay, so we got that. This is the purple. And usually if I had my big cups, I would just leave the stirring tool in, but I don't have my big cups because we're doing these little ones, trying to control our quantity. Got blue. Okay. Again, the prep. So I'll just go ahead and use my spatula here. This is my spreading spatula I use. This is going to be enough. We shall see. These things are very forgiving. Of course, I'm not artsy fartsy where I can do special designs and stuff. I just kind of put it out there and let the cosmos decide what it's going to do. Ooh. Not really sunk in there. That surprises me. I usually don't, my paper usually doesn't get a wet spot like that. So it might be the Modge Podge because it is thinner. Or I put too much silicone in it maybe. But the good thing is all that's going to be covered up by the paint, so I'm not super worried about it. So that silicone really floats to the top with this mixture. Get out of there. That's one of Sasha's hairs. You can tell Daisy's are real thick and dense, and Sasha's are real fine. Okay, so we did not have enough Modge Podge to cover. I'm gonna just go ahead and sploosh it on. Mix it in there. Paper polybone. She's crazy. You don't do it that way. Well, you know what? I've never tried it this way, so I don't know how to do it. Dadgum, Sasha. I think that artists need a environment that sucks all the hair down to the floor automatically. Maybe we need to work in clean rooms, like the old computerized clean rooms where the floors were suspended and okay. That would never work. I don't think you'll ever have an artist in a clean room. Art is not clean. Okay, so there's 3 different ways that we can approach this. And so we can either pour each of the colors in different places, or we could do a dirty pour where you pour one color into the middle of the others. And this silicone's really, I might just put too much silicone in this. Woo! Okay, well, we'll see. So let's do a dirty pour. So you pour this down into the other. And that did not pour because it's not thick enough. So let's just do this one. Okay, 1, 2, 3, up. I'm gonna start moving the pigment around. And you can see it's just floating on top of that other layer of Modge Podge. And then I'm gonna be all artsy with this. That is purpley purple. And you can tell my paper buckled. I haven't had that happen when I do the other type of pouring with the traditional materials, which are Floetrol and Elmer's Glue All. And this Modge Podge might just be too thin for this process, or maybe I need to use real acrylic paint with it. Ooh, I just got purple paint on my face. Lee will come down later and say, huh, you've been painting again, my dear. In the living room. It's warm up here. It's cold in Louisville. Pull this over. Ooh, we got some good cells popping up right here. You see them? Nice, 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 nice. Okay. Clean this out. So the 3 cups looks like that's, maybe we need a little more. We'll see. But it looks pretty good so far. And usually what I do is after I do a video on YouTube, I post the pictures on my Instagram of the finished work so that you can see how it dried out. This is just kind of funky looking. I'm not used to them looking like this, but that's okay. We'll do something different next time. Ooh, look at these nice cells. I like that. So I'm going to try to drag some. Yeah, I got some nice cells popping. Cells are these little things. See how they they look like plant cells or human cells. And got this purple over here. I think we could use some more paint for next time. I'm not thrilled with the Modge Podge, to tell you the truth. Well, of course I use liquid paint too instead of regular acrylic. So that could be something to do with it. So, ooh, look at this. Oh, that's awesome looking. Oh, nice. Nice, nice, nice. So what happens is the silicone wraps around the color pigments and then they start popping. And that gives you that nice cell effect. This looks really pretty. Ooh, I like that. See, you just never know, do you? You sit there and doubt yourself and then it starts, ooh, this looks pretty over here. I don't know if you can see that. So next I'm going to hit it with a heat gun. And this is my favorite heat gun right here. It's the Crafter's Companion. What I like about it is it's like this instead of the long tube ones. You actually can shoot it like almost like a hairdryer. It has a low and high setting. The only thing I would do different here is I would have off at the bottom because I'm always struggling getting it right in the middle. So we'll let it heat. I'll take it away from you. That's some nice cell action going on. Okay, so this is heated up. And I'm going to just start moving the pigment around. A lot of people use blow torches. If you watch other acrylic pours, they'll have those little chef blow torches. I don't know if I want to go into all the costs of buying those things with the propane and everything. Next week I'll probably have one. That's the way it goes. So this Modge Podge is really drying a lot quicker than the other products I usually use. And I love this. This is beautiful right here. Look at that gold and how it's all wrapping around the blue. And you don't want to stir it too much because then it'll start getting that muddy color. Because the pigments just don't know how to react with each other. This is pretty. Looking pretty. Okay. Well, so that is very interesting. What I'm going to do Okay, so that's Modge Podge and liquid, Modge Podge and liquid paint. So I hope you can see those cells and everything that are forming in there. Just let it flow down some. Actually do flow on it. And you'll be surprised, you'll go, well, that's really ugly kind of down at the bottom, but you can see that purple's really darkening up. It's just kind of red right now because it's liquid. It's not dry yet. And these purples and blues are really pretty over here. Okay. So, not bad at all. I'm gonna end this video for that one.